Hello everyone and welcome to a replay showcase for the Hyrule Draft League here on Scatlink Sean's channel. I'm Kazuo Kazake, I'm here stealing his intro once again, and with me I have Sparky Knight or Blake.
Yo!
And we're going to be going over our battle in the first round of the Hyrulean Draft League. To start us off, talk about your team choices here.
So, before the game takes place, we all had kind of the opportunity to look at everybody else's team comp, because of course it's a draft league that kind of picks were open, which allowed me to take a good look at what he had in play. I expected the Komodo, and I expected the Theraphorn. I could see that Mimikyu was definitely going to be in. The other three were a bit of a surprise to me. I didn't imagine going up against them. But unfortunately, my main pick to counter the Theraphorn, I, for some reason, unbeknownst to myself, decided to instead go with Raichu. Don't ask, I no idea. What about you?
I generally went for a setup that could cover enough bases to be competent against anything you brought to the field. Any kind of overwhelming abilities that got too much, I could bring Galar Weezing in with neutralizing gas to shut you down on that. Mimikyu and Komodo are impressive physical and sweepers in their own right. Ferrothorn is the most smarmy setup-based Pokemon you can ever find. Zeraora is a very powerful one-trick pony, and his one trick is punching things. The one thing my team was really lacking is special attack. Fortunately, Galarian and Weezing's not bad on that front. Now, I could have brought legitimate Pokemon in the 6th slot, but I figured I'd open the tournament with the I think it's traditional that I run this in any draft I play, is Fear Aron. I don't think I've played a draft yet, Aron in some form.
I can respect the Fear. I still run Fear Togedemaru whenever I can.
I've heard of Fear Aron, and I've heard of, Fear Rattata, and even Pidgey, but I've never heard Fear Togedemaru. How does that work?
It's pretty much the exact same setup. So you start with a Togedemaru with Sturdy, which is his hidden ability.
I never knew Togedemaru got Sturdy. That shows how much I know.
See? You can get him at an incredibly low level, and he can learn basically, I believe it's called Spiny Shield, which is basically a protect with a recall damage to the person who attacks you. So you can see how well that goes for your opponent, and he can learn Endeavor naturally.
That's actually great. I don't know. I'm going to save that for another league. Alrighty, so shall we start this replay?
Yes.
So you opened with Frostlass here.
Yep. It was a brave pick. The Frostlass set I'm running is basically set up Frostlass, so you'll see.
Okay.
I'll take full use of that with Hail. I believe she's got Snow Cloak, so that increases, I believe, her evasion in the storm.
I think it's speed, yeah, as well.
That's also good.
I opened with Galarian Weezing, who I gave a relatively disgusting setup. He had toxic spikes, and then generally just had a bunch of different type coverage, which is great considering his own typing is incredibly weird. So you set up your Aurora Veil and then swapped out to Scizor.
Yeah, Scizor is just great. Got him Scarf, so he's definitely going to outspeed you.
Thankfully, you don't expect to outspeed people with Weezing. I managed to tank a super effective Bullet Punch there, actually, which impressed me. I kind of figured that would be the end of Weezing, but the fact that he survived was good enough for me.
And the Aurora Veil keeps Slash alive for at least one more turn.
Yeah, it means you tanked the Fire Blast that would have killed you otherwise. So I swapped in Fear Aron, which in the long term was probably a mistake because the Hail kills him straight away, but it means he takes the hit rather than one of my more important Pokemon.
Yeah, I can see that.
Trading him in to keep Weezing around is something I would rather have. He then does immediately die to Hail. I got incredibly excited that Aron got a kill, like in general.
Yeah.
You see in the chat, it's just me screaming, "Let's go!" So I bring in Ferrothorn, who, even against your Hail boosted Lizard, just kind of tanks it, doesn't care.
Yeah. The best thing about steel types is they don't generally have that great special offense, so I tried to exploit that as much as I could, but I think it's just normally effective when it comes to trying to deal with you because that's steel typing.
Yeah, Ferrothorn is also just uber tanky in general, even. You went for a Draining Kiss there. I presume you thought I was going to swap out?
Yeah, that was calling for a swap out.
Yeah.
But
and you ended up taking more damage from that thanks to Iron Barbs.
Like, in hindsight, I possibly could have instead of just gone for another Blizzard, because as you can see here, it possibly might have been enough to take you out.
Yeah, that gives me my third spike setup, which is
I think my problem here was I was mistaking poison for toxic. The most important thing you got to remember is poison doesn't scale, toxic does.
You then did miss a Blizzard on me.
Hey, RNG's a bitch. There's only so much you can do.
And then I put you down with Leech Seed to try and get some more health back. This Ferrothorn setup is literally, it was Spikes, Leech Sealed, knock off Heavy Slam, if I remember rightly.
Oof.
So it's there to just outlast you. Knock off prevents your leftovers or similar. You missed the Blaze Kick, and I decided I'm going to stay in and just do what I can. Hence the Leech Seed.
Which is awkward, because after seeing a Blaze Kicker, I was like, oh no, he's definitely going to swap out. So I try to go with the Predict that doesn't quite land. I mean... Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a full immune for Ferrothorn being Steel type, and I was going to say, because you didn't deal damage, you don't get the trigger of Iron Barbs, thankfully, but I kick your Assault Vest off there.
It's a shame because if I'd gone through my other option, which was I was debating possibly trying to perform a high jump kick, which might have taken you out.
The Blaze Kick there puts me back down to 6. That's what I was running, Body Press, my bad, which scales based off of weight, and Ferrothorn's one of the heaviest Pokemon in the game. So it's base power of 120, Steel type.
Jeez.
It's like 4 categories. It's like 60, 80... Like, depending on your weight, it's either 60 power, 80 power, 100 power, or 120.
That's gotta hurt. Now, this is where I get mad respect, because Corviknight does put in some mad work.
He does. He goes into the Iron Barbs, takes more damage, and flinches me.
Like a hero.
Thankfully, he's also completely immune to spikes and toxic spikes by being a flight type. Brave Bird puts me in the ground.
Yeah. And interestingly enough, I noticed when I went for a Roost later on, it doesn't get affected by spikes post-Roost.
No, because it doesn't re-enter without flying,
Yeah.
It just loses flying, which is why it's fine. I got unbelievably salty at the flinch hacks for no reason whatsoever. I kind of don't remember... I don't know why I went for a Volt Switch here, because I'm pure lightning, so there wouldn't really been much you had to counter me, because I don't think Corviknight exactly gets Earthquake.
I don't know, it depends on the speed of yourself, but it might have been a bad play. I think switching into Mimikyu here was a great idea, though.
Zeraora has Volt Absorb as his ability and has 423 base speed. Yeah, he's a very fast boy. Disguise does what Disguise does. That was when I'd realised that they'd nerfed it between Gen 7 and Gen 8. Because in Gen 7 it would just take the hit and nothing else would happen.
Yep, in Gen 8 it's just chip damage.
Yeah, I eat the Iron Head and die there. Because I should have probably gone for one of my other moves. I had Shadow Claw and Shadow Sneak on him. The latter for priority abuse.
I hope you can appreciate the extent I went to picking up Corviknight with Weakness Policy. I thought that was a great play myself. I was like, look, he's got dragons, he's got Zeraora, there's going to be somebody with a lightning attack that's going to just murder Crowbro.
So I'd just bring Plasma Fists back in and just put him down like I should have done in the first place. The secondary effect of Plasma Fists is it makes any normal move Zeraora have lightning type until next turn.
Oh wow, that's pretty interesting.
But I wasn't running any normal moves on him. I can't remember exactly. I was running Knockoff there. I think I was running Close Combat as his last move as well, which gave him fighting coverage, which is kind of lets him beat on ground types that would otherwise ruin him. See, there it is, the Close Combat. What I should have really done here is Volt Switch into Kommo to get rid of the debuffs, but I figured I would just stick with it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I managed to get you from your, I think it was 5 Pokemon before Corviknight came in, to
Down to 2, yeah.
2.
I completely forgot Kingdra was Dragon type, which is why I went for Plasma Fist in the first place.
Kingdra just tanked it like a champ.
Yeah, your Ice Beam literally half health me. There's like...
I was screaming for sweet RNGesus to deliver me a glorious freeze hacks to get it down to a 1 point, but not quite enough.
Yeah, unfortunately then, yeah, Zeraora Volt Switch outspeed.
All in all, I think it was a respectable defeat. I'll take it on the chin.
It could have been worse. Like, if Corviknight had just died, it would have probably stacked with a 5-0 or 4-0 sweep.
Yeah, if you'd kept that Zeraora in, it may have been game for me.
Yeah, I kind of... He was one of my main physical linchpins, so I was like, I gotta keep him because he got a water type waiting. I completely forgot Dragon type was a thing for Kingdra.
Hey, at least Kingdra had the delay tactic going on.
Yeah, but no, I think the only Pokemon obviously you didn't see my combo at all, who was also set up to be a physical sweeper with Dragon Dance.
Oh, jeez.
Yo, I heard you like Sword Dance, so we added a speed boost to it.
Right, well, I think that's just about it.
Thank you for joining us for this replay review, and hopefully you'll catch us for the next episode of the Hyrulean Draft League.